Use grit sizes 40, 80, 120. Excellent end results start with excellent preparation. Sand the floor carefully, use several grit sizes and never skip more than one grit size to establish a smooth surface without scratches. Vacuum the floor and measure its area. Pull the red string on the shipping box and insert the enclosed plastic bag to make an easy disposable tray to keep the finish in. The typical application rate is between 100 to 120 grams per square meter or 8 to 10 square meters per litre, but anticipate higher consumption on absorbent surfaces. The first application should be done with a base coat, a primer. Start by applying the primer to the edges of the first and inner section. Smooth out the brush application directly with the roller and continue by distributing the primer across the grain of the wood. Apply no pressure to the roller. Finally, smooth out the application by ending the section going along the grain of the wood. 1 to 2 hours later, the primer is usually already dry. Now make a superficial abrasion with a screen grit 150 or finer to remove raised wood fibers. Move the buffing machine quickly. If the primer is properly dry, it gives off a fine white powder that won't clog up the abrasive. Finally, vacuum and damp mop the floor to remove the fine dust. Now it's time to apply the top coat, which will give the surface its superficial properties and keep it protected from future wear and tear. In this case, we're going to apply a two-component product which requires an addition of hardener to function. Again, calculate the required amount, shake the can and add 10% of hardener to the finish. Then shake the mixture immediately for 1 minute. Avoid trying to mix the two components in a bucket or similar. Apply the top coat according to the same principles as the primer. Totally, the floor should receive 3 to 4 coats of finish for proper saturation and protection. After the final application, the finish needs time to harden and should be treated with care for the first few days. In general, the following time limits apply. Note that all covering sheets should be of a breathing material. Before furniture is brought back into the room, make sure felt pads are clean and in good trim. Bona, bringing out the best in wooden floors.